welcome back to my channel, my online diary, Tanisha's Chronicles. You already know what it is. Today, we're going to be talking about uni. Obviously, you're looking at me, you're thinking there's no way this girl has been to uni. She looks like an overgrown baby. I know, I get it. People still ask me about GCSEs, A-levels, whatever. Definitely done undergrad, definitely done postgrad. I'm definitely a big woman, but you know how it goes. So today I'm going to be talking about things I took from uni, mainly my undergrad experience, because that was my first time away from home. So the first thing I learned, I would say, at uni is how to spend money wisely. Won't lie to you, I'm still learning this, because when it comes to food or like clothes, I see, like, you know, someone asks you out somewhere, I'm thinking, oh, what outfit should I wear? Let me go on Pretty Little Thing, Boohoo, all those websites, and I'm like, my bank account is screaming at me, you don't need this, sis. You have a whole wardrobe full of clothes. But I'm just like, but I do. Or like when I'm walking past, if you know me, my favourite dessert is cheesecake. So, hence the charm. So when I'm in shop and I see the cheesecake and I'm like, you don't need it? You really don't. But in uni, oh my gosh, I swear I would buy cheesecake every other weekend. Yeah, uni I gained bare weight, I can't lie. I started buying cheesecake every weekend. I was buying this snack, I was buying this outfit for this, don't kill me, this club event or this rave or whatever. Like, I was just spending the most. But then, it's mad because I never learned in uni to spend money wisely. I learned after uni, because of uni, that I need to spend money wisely, if that makes any form of sense. But one thing I did do in uni though is I'll shop around. I wouldn't go to one shop to buy absolutely everything. So I buy my what are they called? You know, like your deodorants and stuff and creams and stuff. I'll get that from like Wilco or Savers or whatever. Then I'd get my food. I was so lucky in first and third year to live right next to an Aldi. And then in second year I lived next to an Asda, which isn't as cheap, but it's cheaper than like Sainsbury's or Tesco, which unfortunately some people live next to. So I was actually blessed in that sense that I saved loads of money when it came to like my big shops and stuff. So that's one tip I'd give. I'd give shop around, like don't just shop one place when you know you can get it cheaper somewhere else. Another thing, cut back on Uber. Like, I know in the Midlands it's so easy to do Uber everywhere. I remember, was it first or second year? Second year I done Uber everywhere. Listen, this is what I'm saying, spend your money wisely, because I've spoken to people and they've literally said they regret it, because this is, I know people think, oh yeah, you're going to be in debt with student finance, but think about it, you don't really pay that money all off and you never pay it off straight away. So if you can, because I know SFE can be stingy, save a little, just a little. I ain't trying to come and do like them TL gurus and try to give you lot financial advice. I'm just saying that's what I learned. I actually regret that I didn't save like piece, you know what I mean? Like little £5 this week, £10 that week, if you can afford it. If you cannot, cool, but think smart. It's not everyday takeaway. It's not every day go out. It's not every day. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes just put the wallet away. Sometimes don't download Google Pay, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, whatever. Don't download it. Sometimes, do you know what I used to do? Me and my friend in first year, actually, when we deeped it, we would leave our cards at home. Then obviously Apple Pay and all these things came into play. But before then, we'd leave our debit card at home and just go about our business. So that's my first thing. Second thing I learnt in uni, and I think this is one of the biggest things, was who I was outside of my primary socialization, outside of the home, outside of friendships that I may have been in back in London, because I went to uni in the Midlands. Outside of all of that, I learned who I was, like what my personal values were. I've seen people discover their dress sense. I've seen people discover their purpose. I've seen people start business ventures in uni, whether it be food, clothes. Do you know what I mean? Like people even cut hair, do nails. People are just doing their thing, and these are things that people discovered when they were away, when they had chance to grow. I feel like uni is one of the places where even if you don't leave your parents' home but you're going to uni, you're meeting people from all over. It's not like secondary school and sixth form and college where it's just couple people from ends or like down the road or whatever. Like you're literally meeting people from foreign countries or like just different locations. Like you're from London, you're meeting someone from what? Sunderland or like Burns, or do you know what I mean? So different people are coming with their different views, different ideologies. I'm not saying to stray and do madness and go ballistic and completely go against what your parents say, even though I know some people do that. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying, oh my gosh.
A few moments later.
I'm not saying to go mad, to go ballistic, do madness or whatever, but I'm saying take the time to get to know who you are. Because I know in uni I found out what I wanted to do, even though I'd done a law degree. Somehow I've now ended up in childcare. I've always known that I want to work with children in some capacity, but I've never known how. But now I know how and where I want to go. I also made my YouTube channel in uni. Like I found that I want to talk about mental health. I want to share the love of God. I want to do different things like that. So for me, it was a it was hard, but it was worthwhile. It was worthwhile because uni isn't just about, people love to scream you're going to uni for a degree, which is true, but it's also another major step in life. So just take the moment to think, sit back and think, English, who is blank? Who are you? So yeah. Another thing I took from uni, this was a bit bad. Relationships are not by force. Obviously, I have my video, if you haven't watched it already, on being content in my singleness. But honestly, I ain't gonna come and lie to you. I was in situationships. I was trying to this one. I had Tinder, Hilly, Hinge, all them apps. Apart from Bumble, never had that. But I had like, listen, oh my gosh. And it was literally heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Like being upset with this man, that man. It's not by force. Please don't come and kill yourself. You'll be pressured. You'll have people in your ears like, oh yeah, you should chat to this one, you know. Oh yeah, you should go link this one, you know. Don't listen. If you listen, please, I'm begging you. I just don't want anyone to go through what I went through, because all that wahala for no reason whatsoever. Like, listen, face your books. Like, I'm not even playing. Face your books. We don't need it, because if I was ever to come and tell you lot stories, they would actually sound like horror stories. Like, you lot would literally be like, no, like, you know the amount of times I've heard, oh no, let's just go with the flow. Like, I ain't trying to, let's just go with the flow. Listen. In order to prevent yourself from hearing those lines, to face your book, collect your degree, walk across that stage on graduation and do your thing. We don't need it. Relationships are not by force. Please learn to be content by yourself. I will even link my video below so you can hear more stories. But yeah, like, honestly, the culture in uni is that everyone's always trying to do link-ups, get together, relationships, situationships, sleeping with each other. Like, we ain't got time. It just adds stress to the uni stress. It's just not necessary. Please enjoy yourself, enjoy your singleness, just live your life for you and nobody else. I beg. That is a major thing I learnt in uni. It's just not by force. Watch yourself, not what everyone else is doing. Thank you. Yeah, another thing I took from my experience at uni is that many of the skills you learn are transferable. Obviously, with my undergrad, I really changed my mind. Obviously, I wouldn't even say I changed my mind. I went into doing a law degree half-hearted in the first place. Like, I didn't even want to do it too tough. I always knew I wanted to work with children. So I kind of felt stuck, because when it got to around mid-third year, obviously you're starting to apply for jobs and to think about what we want to do. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I actually have to go into a legal role. So I'm applying for this legal job, that legal job, this, like, even human resources, like those type of desk in office jobs. And I'm thinking, I can't do that. I don't want to do that at all. That is not me. But I felt stuck. But then I started to deep, like, the things I've learned when I finally figured out what I wanted to do with childcare. Obviously, I had to go back and I had to write my postgraduate application. I had to write, even now when I'm applying for jobs and stuff, I'm talking about skills I learned from my undergrad, like communication skills, team building skills, what other skills? Organization skills, timekeeping skills, even things like prioritization, like, so many of the skills you learn are transferable. You're not stuck. Just because you've done one degree doesn't mean you can't end up in another field. Like, I've heard so many stories. I feel like, I feel sometimes people feel like they're stuck with what they have to do. But honestly, follow your heart. Follow it to the T. Because I truly believe that sometimes things aren't placed in your heart by coincidence. Like, these are genuinely things you need to wake up and just chase. No matter what it is, just wake up and chase. I know sometimes you might hear the primary socialization people in your ears doing like, no, that's not what you should be doing. But honestly, do your thing. You're not stuck. You're growing. Just see that as a part in life, because as much as I hated my law degree, I still learned things on my law degree. Even now, I know my rights as a British citizen. I know police powers. I know their rights too. Do you know what I mean? Which is very important right now. So do you know what I mean? Like, it's things like that. So never think of it as, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this anymore. Honestly, it's a stepping stone. Everything you've learned there, somehow you can use it to get to where you want to be. So keep that in mind. Transferable skills, you're not stuck. Yeah, that's another thing I took from uni. The biggest thing I learned there, as we know, this channel is all about well-being and health, and so the biggest thing I took was preserving my mental health and how to go about it. If you know me personally, you know that my uni journey was far from easy. Obviously, in my undergrad, I had medical challenge upon medical challenge. If you had me on Snap, you'll be seeing me having breakdowns like, oh my gosh, I don't believe in God anymore, what's going on, like, You'd see me in this hospital gown, that hospital gown. I'd be having blood test after blood test, scan after scan, bad news after bad news, and like, everything was just always rocky. So my mental health was just shaken. Then in my postgrad, financial situations arose, and it was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, can I not just rest? Because uni in itself is stressful and can trigger depression, anxiety, so many things. And then obviously, back to my undergrad, I went through like 2 traumatic experiences, and it's just not worth it, honestly. So it was like, how do I then, with all of this, manage myself and my mental health? So I was actually doing therapy while I was in uni. So I went to therapy in first and third year. I was on antidepressants. It became a thing where I had to learn to prioritize my time. Let me tell you this: you do not need to be at every event. You do not need to meet up every day with everyone. Take time for yourself. You know when you'll see every Tom, Dick and Harry every day, oh yeah, you're going here, yeah, you're going prison, yeah, you're going there, yeah. Stay home. Like, honestly, I know it sounds mad, but sometimes stay home to prioritize your mental health. You will see the effect. I know many times I'd force myself to go places, and it's like, my social battery is dead. So where am I going? I don't need to go there. There's no everyday hype. Sometimes rest, sometimes relax, because your brain needs rest. It's not everyday move. Another thing I learned when prioritizing my mental health was the people I had around me. Honestly, like, from my flatmates in first year, who are now like family to me, to other people I made on my course, or just people I met, like, I don't even know how I met people, but you know when you just meet people, honestly, and some of those people, I can't even explain how much they helped. But then there were also other people I met, again, if I was to come with stories, but I don't want this video to be long. Watch who you keep around you, because not everyone in your life, especially at uni, is there to benefit you. As I said, many people are finding themselves in uni, so many people will be walking some next paths you don't even know. So please be very, very, very careful who you keep around you. Yeah. And I know the final thing I learned in uni, God is key in everything, guys. I know as I just mentioned, obviously my relationship with God was very rocky. I no longer had anyone, like my parents around to tell me, you have to go to church on Sabbath. You have to go to church on Sabbath. Like, I literally wake up on Saturday and just be like, don't feel like it today. Don't really care. don't care. Then obviously with all my medical challenges as well, I'd be like, God, what are you doing, bro? Like, and then obviously because I was struggling with what I wanted to do in life and where I wanted to go, I was like, you know what? I'm done. Then the traumatic experiences, I'm like, God, what is going on? Uni is already enough. But you know what it is? Every time I left, somehow God showed me that I need to come back. Like when I say God always wants to reconcile with you, like the door is always open, and I always jumped at that opportunity, always, because I could not have done. Sorry, I could not have done what I done without God. Like there's no way that I could have done my undergrad and my postgrad without God, especially because I had to finish my postgrad through Corona. Like if you know how challenging, obviously Corona's been challenging for everyone, but to complete a uni degree in the midst of a pandemic, my gosh, God alone kept me sane because yeah, I swear, like every time I was this close to ending it, I feel like there was one time, especially in second year, I just wanted to end my life. Like I was over it completely. I was done. I woke up that morning. I was like, yes, this is what we're gonna do. I'm done because I'm finished. And that same evening, I swear God spoke to me. It's not even a joke. Like God would always step in just before I done something mad, or just before I reached. Well, even when I reached breaking point, but like major breaking point, if that makes any sense. And I wouldn't have finished any of my degrees if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for the strength He provided, the peace He gave when peace was needed, if He didn't make ways. Like sometimes I'd be on my last leg with money and aunties would just be like, yeah, I put money in your account, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, hold up. Like, do you know what I mean? He would just step in even when I didn't pray, even when we weren't friends, and I couldn't have done my degree without him. I feel like I was able to learn God, who God was for myself, and build that relationship for myself, so then we were able to grow together. I'm not going to lie to you, I have been struggling lately with my relationship with God, but I know because of everything I've learned, everything I've experienced, somehow I'll bounce back one day, somehow. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. I hope it made sense. I hope you guys like my background, really my brother's yard. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I don't remember which order it's in. Remember to share with your friends that are going to uni, or if you're going to uni yourself. I hope everything I said makes sense, because I know I can waffle till thy kingdom come. So yeah, thanks, and see you guys in the next video.